Hey Radical fans, today's Radical Rundown is a hot topic. What do I do if a ball that I love and can't take out of my hand is no longer being made and I want to get a ball to replace it? It's not that complicated. My favorite ball, and many of you know, is the Intel Solid. And for me to replace that ball, people would think, well, they don't make the Intel Solid anymore. What do you do? Well, I'll tell you what I do. I look at core numbers first. And I'll give you an example. The Rattler has the same identical core numbers, but the shape is different and the cover is different. So how can I replace an Intel with a Rattler? Well, it's pretty simple. I look at my after drilling numbers. If I have an after drilling, for instance, 70 by 3 by 20, I know what that yielded in the Intel. Now I go to the Rattler and I look for the drill pattern that gets me as close to those after drilling numbers as I had in the Intel. Because the core shape is different, the after drilling numbers are going to be different. So that's my first thing I do. I get numbers that started around the same, the core dynamics, and then I go and look at what's the after drilling numbers on the ball that I have and what are the possibility of after drilling numbers on the ball I'm trying to use as the replacement. That's the first part. Second part, the cover stocks, they're both solids, but one is a different modern day cover stock and the Intel is an older cover stock. Well, I know it's going to take some tweaking. So that I can do after I get the ball drilled and I got the numbers very similar from the after drilling numbers of the Rattler versus the after drilling numbers of my Intel. We're the only company that publishes after drilling numbers, and that's one of the reasons we do it, to help you match your ball motion. So you have a motion you like in one ball, they don't longer make that ball anymore, it's not available, and you're looking for something to replace it. Start with core numbers. Then you look at core shape. And then you look at the after drilling numbers on the new ball and decide if it's close enough or if it's too far apart, whether the diff becomes too high after drilling or the intermediate diff gets higher after drilling. And then you can start to tweak it a little bit, take away a little bit from the intermediate, and then work on the cover stock. But that's the part you do on the lanes. You get out there with some Scotch-Brite pads or some Sierra pads and you fiddle around to tweak the covers so that they match. And that's the best way to do it. Start with the inside and work your way out. And that's our Radical Rundown for today. If you have any comments, put them below and give us some more suggestions on future Radical Rundown topics.